Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girl's top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector, and me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say it, knock it, Ryan.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. As you guys can see in the title and the thumbnail, we have an exclusive interview with the former Reggae Boyz under 17 coach. Doing fantastic when you look at him resume, and it's a pleasure to have him to come and share his story. So, good evening, Andrew Edwards. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, man, greetings and thank you very much for having me. Blessings to all of the viewers out there, and big up all of the people that must subscribe and like and share, you know.
All right, definitely, man. But how is your family doing and stuff?
Yeah, well, family is doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I hope yours are doing well as well. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I have them here with me in Canada, so that's great. All right. So first and foremost, man, early life, place of birth. Tell us a little bit about life growing up in Jamaica.
Well, I grew up in Port Antonio, Lovely to be exact. Went to Port Antonio Primary School, Titchfield High School, then the University of the West Indies. But growing up as a boy in Port Antonio, where I live, literally on the other side of one of the fence along the line, was an open lot that we used to play football, you know. We used to call it Bondong, and because before I was born, there was I think it was a bakery or something, my mom said, and that was burnt down and it was never rebuilt. So over time, the area was cleaned out, and at one time the parish council tried to create like a park, plant some grass and some willow trees around and things. So we used to, well, before my time, the bigger boys used to go out there and play ball, and we used to peep through the fence and watch them until I get older, teeth out and go play some ball more while and get some beat when you come back and thing, you know. But when I went to high school at Titchfield, them time I still never even own a football boots yet. And in fact, my first sport in high school was actually cricket. You know, I played some cricket in a first form. Then I think about third form, I get my first pair of football boots. It was a Patrick's. Can't forget that.
Yeah.
I don't think none of these nowadays you know what a Patrick's football boots is like, or even know what it is. You know, and played around a little. Wasn't a really accomplished player. I think I started a lot too late and never really had the grassroots kind of development that I try to offer these days. You know, but I still managed to play some under 16 for my school team. We actually won the All Island Championships in 1991. We defeated a Wolmer's team for that title in the stadium. Before that, we played Cornwall College for the All Rural title. And it was Glenmuir for the Dr. Abner Wright Trophy, which was, in them days, the under 16 was like you have an eastern section for rural, then a western. And then the two rural champions clash, and then you have an all rural champion. And then from there, you move to the national championship against the corporate area champions. So Titchfield won its first title in 1991. I would have been very fortunate in 2001. 2001 to win it as coach again with Titchfield. And we won it again, I think it was 2003 or 2004. You know, so that's kind of the beginning of the journey there. You know, played some, well, never actually played the Costa Cup. I was on the team 92, 93. 92, I got injured 1 week exactly to the first game. I remember I was warming up under the cherry tree, tore my hamstring, and didn't get a chance to play. 93, some players who were sitting out in 92 and some players who matriculated from the under 16 kind of pushed me down the pecking order, and so I never really actually get to play. You know, I remember when we were playing the last game for the season. That game was played against up in Albertown in Trelawney. I think we played in Mushet. I remember a lot of the players was asking coach to just give me a chance to play, but he never did still. But it's part and parcel of the journey, you know. But we still have a lot of love and respect for that coach because he was the one who got me started in my coaching journey.
Okay.
While I was still a student, and even to literally take me on his bike to do my first coaching course in St. Mary's. So we still have a good rap. And that particular experience also helped me to shape my own coaching philosophy and ideas as well.
Okay. So which position you play?
I played defense, but most of the time I ended up playing as a number 6. So that is kind of my preferred position. And even as a coach, I find myself having a special inclination for players who play that position there, you know?
Okay. So how do you get in coaching? Because you didn't go far in football. What lead you to say you're going to do coaching to help out the sports?
All right. So even though I didn't play high school football, I played club football. So I did play some major league or Division 1 in my parish. But the coaching really came in high school. So that same 93 season, before the season started, I think it was about June, coach had a meeting with those of us who were in school. And he explained to us that he don't think he would be returning based on some disagreements with management at the school and where his personal ambitions are, etc. And so he told us in the meeting that he didn't want whoever might be replacing him to come in and find a team that was underprepared or ill-prepared. So he wanted us to continue doing some work during the summer until the school made a decision. Somehow he identified myself as the leader of the group, or one of the major leaders in the group. So at the end of the meeting, he took me outside and he said to me, and call me color. You know, well, everybody when I go to school would call me color.
Yeah, because some of the people them call it color. Realize when me hear them say, big up to Ryan and Color, because I have a brother named Color. So me think I'm me, but are you named Color?
Yeah, man, I'm me, man. So, so him say, Color, I'm going to leave the ball them on the equipment with you, and you going to organize the training over the summer. I said, Coach, what do you mean? Him say, Coach. Him say, Color, the youth them respect you, man. When you say them go and do. And that was basically it. There was one particular exercise. Huh?
At what age you lead the first training session?
I was 17 going on 18 at the time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So him leave the equipment with me, and I started running the sessions in my evening time. You know, obviously a lot of the players, me and them come up from under 16, and the name Color now really and truly is because I was a color sergeant at the cadet unit. And in addition to that, I was the president of the student council, senior prefect. So I really and truly did command some respect in the school. And the ball of them really and truly does fall in line, you know. And
they can't do.
Yeah, and it was really and truly just one exercise that we did every day. Just one exercise. It was a defensive training. And we did that every day. So it was basically, we did running, physical preparation, and that one technical, tactical training, and then we play ball. That was it, you know. Lo and behold, I think it was about 2 weeks before school started, coach passed through and him see what we were doing, him give us something else to do. I don't even know. A coach is a psychologist, you know, so probably coach was using some psychology looking back at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so we continued. Then one day out of the blue, him turn up and say, boy, him find an agreement and him going to continue with us. And this was probably exactly 2 weeks now to the first game of the season. And that is when him come in and him add to what we were doing before. But by this time, the team was really fit. We would have played some games with club teams in and around town. And the team actually went unbeaten through the season until we played Glenmuir in the quarterfinals. I think it was the second of 3 quarterfinal games, and we ended up losing the game 1-0. And that was a game that caused us not to progress. And that Glenmuir team actually went on to win their first title ever for the school. They won the Ben Francis title that year, 1993. Yeah, I remember Winston Griffith scored a goal that defeated us. I think that game was played at GC Foster. Yeah. So that was the starting point. And then immediately after that, now I leave school. Rene Simoes had just come to Jamaica, and he was going around conducting coaching courses. So when it came to St. Mary, my coach now, Dan Davis, Iman Black, he invited me to go out to the course, and we went down to Clements Park. I took bus and go down, and he would have carried me back to Port Antonio on the bike in the evenings, you know. So that was my first coaching license. And then immediately after that, I went to university. So no, I coached for 1 year. I was assistant coach for the under 16 team at school for 1 year, 95, 96. And then I went to university in 97. So when I came back from university, kind of dive deep into the coaching and did all of the coaching licenses that were offered locally, whether it was a license or just a 1 day course or workshop, whatever it is. I did every single one of them. And, knock on wood, for all of the courses that I did, I was the top performer in every single one of them, and then so to kind of fast forward the thing a bit, when I did the level 2 now as a top performer, JMMB and the JFF had a agreement that the top performers in the JMMB courses or the JFF courses sponsored by JMMB who were actively coaching and getting success on the field of play were to be brought into the JFF coaching. Right. And so that is how I was appointed for the first time in 2010 as assistant coach with the under-20 team, led by Coach Downswell. So that was my first interface with the JFF in 2010.
Okay. So what you went to college and study?
I did geography. My major is in geography, minor in international relations. And then I did my teacher training afterwards.
Yeah, because I was doing a few research and realized that you go university and stuff, but went to high school, man, a bright man. Yeah, bright boy went to high school.
Bright is relative still, to be honest. But give thanks to my grandmother and my uncle. Bookwork was not an option, we'd have to beat the matter. And even though my uncle was not a man who could read and write, he had a philosophy that if you go to school, you must get homework. And if teacher not give you homework, you have to make your own homework. So we always have to read and study and them things. And so even when I started out coaching, apart from going to the coaching courses, I invested a lot of the little money when I did that work as a teacher, buying DVDs and coaching books and stuff, So even just today I was talking to a virgin down at Kingston College, and I showed him, I still have a trunk load of stuff at home from them time. Me used to make my own equipment. Me used to cut off bleach buckle, the big bleach buckle them, cut the top of them for make cone saucers. Me used to cut fence stake for make slalom sticks, buy PVC pipe and rope and make speed ladders and hurdles. Used to cut up all pants and make sandbag for weights, ankle weights and wrist weights. So when we start out, I make everything for myself, literally make everything. Until as we started to accomplish things now, people come in at the fold and you start having equipment. To the extent sometimes when I reflect, I say, it come like when you're really hungry, you go after things a lot more than when you quote unquote have it, Yeah. So, sometimes when I share these things with coaches this time. And the other thing to the first 13 years of my coaching, me never collect $1 for coaching. You know, and yeah, it was just pure passion and love we are doing it for. It's just as you get older now and you turn married man and you have kids, you realize, boy, you can't keep going like that, you know, because you have responsibilities, you know. And then also you realize that money I make and people who now work, I collect and I eat food. You know, see it. So you have to start demanding your pound of flesh.
Talk to us your success coaching in the Costa Cup though.
So in the Costa Cup, I really success is for me is not just about titles, but for in terms of titles, we win it once with Stets in 2009, and we won the Ben Francis twice. You know, but outside of that, when I started my coaching journey, it was a big deal for me to coach players who would go on to represent Jamaica. You know, players who would go on to get college education, and so I am extremely proud when it comes to that, because especially coming from Portland, as a youth growing up, we never really seen a whole heap of youth to get scholarship and go away. So when we had the first two kids, Omri Maskell and Adrian Wright, getting scholarships to Christchurch in Virginia, that was a big deal, you know. And then we had Denry Wilson at the time, now Denry Dennis, becoming a national representative at under 20. And then we have others, Deborah Argill, captain the first Jamaica team to beat the USA at any level at all. Beat them, I think it was 3-2 in a stadium under 17. And we have Deshaun Brown, who play for the Reggae Boyz senior team, and quite a few others down the road, you know. Those things are big thing for me on a personal level. And then we have a few people who come through now and a coach as well. And outside of that, being what I would call productive citizens, contributing meaningful to society, you know, because at the end of the day, we are coach human beings, you know, young men who are going to become men, and them are going to become fathers and husbands and workers in a different spaces, you know. So those part of the success is very key to me. And of course, winning the Costa Cup was a big deal. In terms of the schoolboy thing, as a countryman, we're disappointed we never get to win the Olivia Shield. But we came up against a Super Georges team with Devon Williams and Marvin Missaman and Fisher and them youth there.
Wicked team that you're up against.
Yeah, man. They were ahead of us.
Above. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was not as advanced in my understanding of coaching as well. So you know, we learn over time. You know, we come to appreciate that winning is not always about the final scoreline. You know.
So, who school? Stats you lose the Olivier Shield, right?
Yeah, man. So we win. So I went to the D Cup finals with Titchfield in 2003, and we lost to Frome 1-0. And then in 2008, I made a transition from Titchfield to Stats. We win the D Cup in 2009 down there. Lose it in 2011 to Rossies in the finals. You know, and then we leave Stats and go Monroe. Didn't quite have the same level of success there. And from Monroe went to Manchester High School, and now I am a part of the Kingston College technical staff as technical director. You know, so I don't really coach much. I do some coaching, but not a lot. It's really more to provide leadership and support and guidance for the coaches, led by Raymond Stampy Watson. You know.
Oh, as a coach, how important to discuss the game for players to understand? How important is coach to express himself? Are you hearing me?
Well, yeah, man, me hear the question. So listen, I am one of those persons who believe that if you are unable to explain something to a child, as Einstein said, you can't explain it to a 6-year-old for them to understand, you yourself don't know it, right? So not just as a coach, but as a classroom teacher. I'm teaching at the classroom for 25 years. you have to be able to find different ways. Sometimes I write, you write it on the board. Sometimes I draw, you draw. Sometimes I talk, you talk. Sometimes you have to demonstrate by setting up things and doing it yourself. Because I was never very, very accomplished as a player, I relied a lot on players who were able to execute certain things, to demonstrate and show other players how to do it. So if you were able to understand what I want, I'm show you a video and you can say, all right, coach, do it. You know, there are different ways to do it. You know, but I think one of the biggest things for coaches to get success is being able to be organized and provide quality leadership for the environment. You know, so you have to understand the football environment, you know, what it entails, who are the people in that environment, not just yourself, not just the players, but in a school you have to talk about principal, teachers, blah, 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 other students, and you have to be able to manage that. Then you have the spectators out the road, bus drivers, you know, and depend upon where you are. So like when me do states, you have the state supporters who would literally see a youth on the road and run him off of the road, say, yo, you need to go back into the dorm, or you need to go sleep, you need to go over. At other schools, man, their club and him out there with the same spectator who come cuss you as a coach. And, you know, so different spaces you have to learn and find the solution in the different spaces.
What do you like more? Because I'm getting more, as we say, is a technical committee, technical director. Okay, what do you like more, coaching, or what you like more? What you prefer more?
You know, it's kind of difficult to say. To be honest, I really love coaching, and especially youth. I love coaching youth, you know. But I find with the experiences and the exposure that I've had, I find that if you are effective as a technical director, you can make a broader impact, because a coach really and truly is focused on day-to-day results, right? But a technical director is really focused, or should be focused, on long-term development and sustainable development. So that kind of have a stronger appeal to me in this moment of my journey, you know, being able to impact long-term development, sustainable development, you know. So that I would have said that is where my mind is more focused, you know.
Yeah, but you know, me know what a head coach role is, but a technical director, what is your role at Kingston College now?
All right, so in a very simplistic way, it's really about trying to put systems and structures in place to allow the college to continue and improve on the successes that we have had so far in a sustainable way. You know, we're looking at how we can create bigger and better opportunities for the kids coming through the college. We're looking at how we can further empower the coaches in the system and other people around the program. You know, so it's kind of broad based, but it's not just about the football in terms of playing on the field itself.
Okay. I kind of get the idea, because you know, me I listened the other day, two times listening to you up on the radio. I think you're oral chase, and some of the thing that we're speaking about, how to get Jamaican football better, and a lot of people think would need a lot of big stadium and need a lot of fancy thing to get the job done. And first, but you talk about your journey, back in your journey, you're talking about you make your own stuff. So he's somebody who are very creative and stuff. Where do you learn the most when you're coaching? Where you learn the most? Is it in Jamaica or overseas?
In a way, I'd have to say overseas, but the truth is physically in Jamaica. So I read a lot. I spend a lot of time on the internet. I watch a lot of videos, I listen to a lot of interviews, podcasts, right there. But when you get the opportunity to interface with people in a different environment now, so I have had the opportunity to study in Brazil, in Germany, and I have been blessed. I have been able to be a coach educator in different Caribbean countries, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts, Trinidad, Suriname, Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. All right. And then we did coaching courses with people from Italy, from Germany, from Spain, the USA, England, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. And you get a chance to interact with these people and you realize that their environment is different, but a lot of the challenges are the same. All right. And then when I went to study in Germany, a lot of my classmates were from Africa. So you talk about Zambia, Ghana, Cameroon, Gambia. I remember the other couple. There were about 3 other countries, I don't remember right now. Namibia was one of them. So when you reason with these people and you know them show you things, videos and pictures and stuff, you realize that there are some universal similarities as much as there are differences. You get me? So now you have to look at, all right, so if in Ghana, you have 3 or 4 big stadiums, but you have academies where you train on dirt field and produce Asamoah Gyan, for example. Why do we need AstroTurf field in a Jamaica to produce Asamoah Gyan parallel? You know what I mean? So, and then you look at how it is being done in the big developed countries, them, yeah, them have a whole heap of money and them can do all kind of things. But there are certain aspects of what they are doing that we can take and do right now without spending money. You understand? A simple thing, for example, as knowing exactly what we are looking for in terms of player profiles, specific player position profiles. All right, so what do we want in our left back? We center back them. Yeah. So if you think, look at Arsenal, for example, now, and Manchester City, there's an insistence that they want a left-footed center back and a right-footed center back. Why? Because it gives you different options to open up the field. Yeah. Do we have those things in our thing? I don't know. Maybe they may just don't know. You know, what is it that we're looking for in a center forward or a number 10? Can we put these things down on paper and make sure, say, the little man where I do field thing out of St. Thomas and the man down at Westmoreland and the man over Centon and the man down at Clarendon, no, say, if you have a 10-year-old a play center forward, this is where he need to be looking like when he reach 15 in order to get selected in the national program or to be an asset to the national program. You understand what I'm saying? So, and them things don't cost no money to do that. You know? So, and there are many other things we talk about, but I don't know if that's where you really want the conversation to go. You know?
Yeah, man, because every time, because you never get enough time on the radio, I say, Jesus Christ, like, some of the thing, because me always a beat Jamaican coach, you know. Me believe that. I want them to get educated because I believe that as way just as same. I always a beat it on the show, say, yo, we don't need world-class facility. Just like track and field. Why we are so successful in track and field? Because we have a couple coaches can coach anywhere across the world. In a Jamaica coaching, I find it really difficult for no say. Our coach can go coach at United States. Just like
No,
United.
man. So stick up in. First things first, I don't agree with you that we don't need world-class facility. Where I agree with you is that we don't need it to start. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just I'm going to clarify that. But in terms of the coaching still, quite frankly, myself included, the level of coaching in Jamaica, poor. You understand? Most of our coaches would not, in my opinion, qualify for a C license level coaching in Europe. Most of our coaches, based on the experiences and the exposure that I have had. All right. Other people might differ, and I respect their right to differ. To get our coaches to that level, this will cost money, but it don't cost exorbitant money. Again, you know, I think we need to start getting coaches outside of Jamaica. So personally, I have connections, and I know other people have them connections, and the JFF have the capacity to do it. Send a coach go down to Costa Rica for 6 weeks. Send a coach go to Europe for 6 weeks. Send him to Brazil for 6 weeks. Align him with a club or an academy. Send him to an academy competition in America. Send him to a tournament in Austria or Sweden. to see, to observe, to study, to make notes and come back. Yeah. The JPL, schoolboy football, we should have a coaches conference, if you may, before and after the season to review what go on, to help each other to grow, to help each other to build. Yeah. Hey, listen. Everywhere in Europe, you have these coaching conferences. And if you coach Liverpool and me coach Arsenal, after the game, me I go invite you to my office for a bottle of wine, for share a bottle of wine. What we are discussing? The game what we just play, you know. Right? Me come on Anfield, come play you. You are going to invite me at your office, you know. Now, depending on the relationship, you might invite me and I say, oh, me not come. Or you might not bother invite me because you know me not going to come. So it's not a broad brush thing to say every single coach. But all across Europe, this happens. Where coaches have that relationship there where is a sense of responsibility to help you to grow and you to help me to grow. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much me know, I don't know nothing yet. And no matter how much you don't know enough yet. But if together me can help you to grow a little higher and you can help me to grow a little higher, the two way go better. So like when me there at Portland especially, and even now me still do it. As a matter of fact, the other day me and the virgin from Arden a reason. And it's when the conversation almost finished, he must say, yeah, help your rival, you know. I mean, I said, what do you mean? We never in a season. Because that time I never even know so we in the same zone. I mean, I said to him, say, yo, virgin, it don't matter. If you are going to play KC a morning and you feel like you need some help from him, I'm not going to tell you what KC I going to do, but me will help you as far as me can help you without doing that. Yeah. So if you even want me to come talk to your player, if you want me to come help you set up a training session, me will do it. Because if Arden get better, KC have to rise and get better. You understand what I'm saying to you? So like when I was in Portland, this was something that I didn't even know that I was being clever about. But when me I share with the coaches them around me, and people have said, well, oh yeah, help your competitor them. Then you share information. So I buy me CD them, I give them. I buy my book them, I copy and give them. Then, but guess what? As the other school them get better, we teach field have to do. Automatically teach field have to rise. You understand? And remember this, you know, you are only as good as the competition around you. And that is why in a Doncaster Cup, schools like Manchester struggle because them so far ahead of the competition that when they come out of the group, and then buck up on the Dintil and the Clarendon College and the states them where I come from tougher regions, them struggle. You understand? So you get a false sense of how good you are in a zone F. And when you come out and buck up and a man come out of zone H or zone E, the man there a step ahead of you because every game we in play in a team group is a really competitive game. You understand what me I say?
Of course I understand.
So no secret no in the football, and we don't have no hang-ups about helping each other. Because helping your brother is helping yourself.
True, brother. Me share all of my YouTube bridging from Jamaica, the family, and who get bigger than me. But at the end of the day, that's a part of life, bro.
Yeah, but when them get bigger, you have to get bigger down to stay in the game. Because if them arise and you not rise, after a while, you could just disappear.
Yeah, free. Yeah, recently have some success. You take the Jamaican team under 17 to the World Cup, and you know your assistant coach. Let me tell you, bro. Trust me, I respect that man so much. Coach Andrew, same like you. Tiger. Omar Edwards. Trust me, bro. Yeah, playing Manning Cup for Excelsior. Me and 18 them time there. And him come watch a game against Excelsior versus Jamaica College. And him come and me know him at the under 21 coach for Boystown. So when the game done, him say, Brown man, I needed to come and play under 21. I'm say, coach, me not ready yet. He must say, listen, just come and just be yourself. Just play like how you are playing a Manning Cup. And trust me. You see, when I go and play under 21, my first game against Visional Harris and all of them big players from Arnett Garden. Man, put me in a game on it and I say, yo, me a chimble. And I say, yo, him look at me in the change room and say, Brown man, I see you're nervous, you know. But all me ask if you do, just be yourself. Just pretend that you play a Manning Cup. Like the game I'm come and watch you. and so much confidence him give to me. And when me here say the course where you do to get a part of the national program,
Yeah.
you were part of that. You were
man.
runners up.
Same way, yeah.
He's very bright, and I'm telling him don't afraid to play a young player.
Yeah, man.
He's don't afraid to play, and then put me in. Bam. I play against Waterhouse, Steve Allegan, back off of one of that. Him say, yo, yeah, you're nervous, say I made a mistake, but I am still going to use you over him. The confidence when you give to me.
Top class coaching, that man. Top class coaching, you know, because a lot of times as coaches we're too afraid to make mistake or to even allow players to make mistake. And that's something where we have to allow players to make mistakes so that they can grow and learn, you know. But before the viewers go away with a misconception, I must make it clear, I never actually go to the World Cup. So Omar went to the World Cup in 2011 as assistant to Coach Downswell.
Coach Downswell. Yeah.
Right. So I was the head coach in 2015 when we missed out on the World Cup in a sudden death penalty shootout against the United States.
With Junior Flemings on that team, right?
No, Junior Flemings was on the 2011 team. The 2015 team had people like Alex Marshall and Deshaun Beckford and Peter Lee Vassell, Ajani Talbot and them, the Jawani Hines, Nathaniel Adamaluken. Yeah, that was a group there, son.
Yeah, I was mixing up that team that because I know say Coach Tiger was the assistant coach.
Yeah, man. So he was assistant to Mr. Downswell first, and then when I became head coach, he was my assistant again. Yeah,
and I think something happened with when we take place and go at Tivoli, right?
Coach Tiger.
Coach Tiger, he went to Tivoli too, right?
Yeah, man. He was coaching at Tivoli, the Premier League, before him leave and go Turks and Caicos like myself when I went over there.
Yeah, he was coaching one of the best results them get
in recent times.
Recent time, Tivoli, and we were coach Demonton.
Demonton in the Manning Cup, correct?
Manning Cup, he do very well. He's a very good coach, you know.
Yeah, man, him have him thing locked down, man. Him a real good coach, no two ways about it. You know, now him over in the Turks and Caicos are doing thing. I think him have some tournament coming up in the United States later on. Sorry, in the early part of next year. Yeah. So we are people over there and see what go on with that. You know, see how we might continue in progress. But him work with a lot of very good players, and him really and truly do some excellent work down the road with a lot of players, you know. Not two ways about that.
And still me like coach of the education, because I think when a coach educated and smart, it go a long way when them coaching
Ryan, stick up in this. When I came back from Germany, I did an interview and I made the point that I think for Jamaica's football to move forward, all our coaches need to have a minimum of a college education. And I was taken to task by a lot of people who say, Ray. But watch this, Reggie.
Me laugh because them take me on too.
You see in Europe,
yeah,
for every 100 coach, I go out on a limb because I've never actually done the actual research. But based on the discussions that I've had and the people who know and how me and them relate, for every 100 coach, I put it to you, so you don't have 3 of them who is not a college graduate. You hear me say?
Yeah.
Means that you maybe have 3 out of every 100 who is like just a retired professional who love it and come and do it as a coach. Everybody else go college. Some of them have all masters and PhD. Yeah. Watch this, Bridget. You know, one matter is a man who have 3 master's degree. See? And it's just probably about 6 months ago I was doing a research and come across that players who have multiple degrees.
No way.
I thought a whole heap of them. I just not remember all of them.
De Bruyne, Simon Millene, the man can speak. The man could have been a prime minister with the education we have.
Romelu Lukaku, a 9 language virgin speak. 9 language. Me meet him in person. Me actually have a jersey with him autograph me and some pictures of me and him take. 9 language bridging speak. See? And in a Jamaica, we have a way for associate football to dunceness, which is something I personally detest because football is not a physical game. It is a game, it's a mental game executed physically.
Yeah.
See? So if you don't have it here, so you can't go there go match up when the game become really tactical.
Bridging, them, you know, say coach, me love how you talk them thing. Me I say them thing and a man believes him more and beat down on the players and the coach. Bridging because
Bridging. Yo, we are running out of battery time as me did explain to you. So we are gonna have to pick this up. See, I'm sorry to the viewer them, but I never realized I have my laptop charger. But anyway, you see, in my coaching journey, in the high school system, if you have a youth who average 30%, and you say to him, say, yo, baller, is either you have to meet the 45% minimum with Issa say, or you have to go find a next school go, or you have to drop out and nobody and watch a football play. Invariably, brother, 9 out of 10 times that you they are going to reach a 45. See? And him not going to do it necessarily by himself, you know, but he will come and say, boy, coach, you know, say, me I struggle though. What you can do for help me? And in that moment, now you're going to find 2 teachers who well want to help the youth there.
Help him, yeah.
And me I tell you, me never from me I go school till now, me never know no youth yet was so bad that not one teacher in the whole school not willing to help him. Me don't know that youth there yet. No youth can come and say, boy, indeed so far gone that there's not even one teacher in high school who willing to spend a little extra time with him and say, boy, yo, they're going to make sure so you can read before you left yourself. See? So once you put it out there that way, the youth them are going to rise and meet it, bar bridging. But what we are do too often in Jamaica is to make it acceptable, say, I don't people alone play football and you're not half bright to play football. And we're not talking about no book bright. Because that's a different thing.
Smart.
You have to
think. You have to learn how to think.
You have to understand and be able to process information. Virgin, when me a coach under 17, we play Costa Rica in our practice match at Costa Rica. 2 times we play them. The first game we lose 2-0. And when the game done and we are reason, the youth them must say, boy, coach, come like a 13 man we are play against. The man them appear too fast. The game too fast. So we analyze and we fix and whatever. It was deliberate planning. Give thanks to Captain Burrell and him insight and the support them give it. When we play the second game, the game draw 1-1 in a virgin. Because our youth them now was able to improve from game 1 to game 2. See? Now, just imagine, one of the reasons why we lose a lot of games is because we play them take too long to process information. And not because them not fast, and not because them no skill. So when we are coach players on the field, we are coach cognitive development as long as we are coach physical development. Because if you can't process it yourself, you can't do it.
Sure.
No matter what you say, if you can't, as a matter of fact, one of the biggest debates I have been in as a coach so far is whether speed is physical or mental. See? Yeah, because Usain Bolt is only as fast as his ability to react to the gun. Anyhow, when the gun busts him still in the block, him lose every time. In other words, he have to process that and then process the information to execute the different phases of the race. Yeah, to hold him composure. So yes, it's physical, but the physical is a reflection of what happened in the brain, in the mind. Yeah, and right now, may I read some things the other day? The man might tell us, say, yo, the coaching I move to know how you can coach the mind to be quicker, to be better, to be sharper.
That's where the game
coach technique and tactics and physical. The man over Barcelona and Arsenal and all over the world, I coach cognitive development. Me see a video with some 14-year-old from Manchester City after a game, a post game. And a youth, I go to the video analysts and other analysts and I ask the film footage. And when you listen to the conversation and then the next day, the conversation again, Virgin, me put it to you that a lot of our Premier League players in Jamaica couldn't have that level of conversation there.
True.
And it's not because them are on a done spot. It's because they have not been exposed to it and that demand has not been put on them from them a 13-year-old, from them a 14-year-old. So we have to raise the level of the thing.
Brethren, we have you back again, brother. It's so mad that the numbers are fly up. And you know when the numbers are fly up, so that means you grab the people them attention and you grab their mind, so they must stay. Them not only click. Suppose me tell you, say, brethren, people say I'm harsh, but I want good for Jamaica. One of the things that Carl Brown coach me, Burtis Bell coach me, Coach Alliman coach me, Jackie Walters coach me, Jerome Wade coach me. Brethren, as a player, when I went to Excelsior, the first thing them give me, a book. I has never get another book in my career for read. Me get a goalkeeper book for read. How to position, how many hand a goalkeeper have. A goalkeeper have 3 hand. The ground and him 2 hand them.
Yes,
you know
man.
the width of the goal, the length of the goal, the penalty spot. And them give me, I may say, yo, coach, why you giving me this? I have a coach named Karumi. Him always a text it from me.
Karuma general, man.
You know, him always a text it from no matter how much me say, yo, coach, ease off the man. The man say, me see leadership in a you, and a you, me know, say, me get it to you, everybody will get the message.
Yeah, man.
It's when them give me the book, it's when me coach usually give me, Alman usually fling a water back off for me every time. Because me I come from room, I'm not used to the blackboard. I always a drop asleep when I give the blackboard work. And so Rima, 100 push-up. How much time you come in the classes start sleep out the blackboard work. And suppose I tell the player them, say, yo, when I dip on YouTube and I show them the blackboard thing, I tell them how important is it to know the movements. So
part of the reason why I became a coach, you know, is when I started playing, coach insisted that every player must have a notebook. See? And it's just when me move from Portland, me lose that notebook from when me I go to school.
Yeah.
So coach insisted. So before coach teach nothing new at all, we do it on the blackboard. Chalk and talk. See? And then we had to draw and write in our own notes.
Yeah.
See? Now, I can tell you, enough of the ball of them never used to do it. But because me couldn't play so good, me make sure me write everything and me study everything.
Yeah.
And it's study. And that's how we actually get to start our own little package of coaching material from.
Yeah. Definitely. But listen, before you leave, I don't want to run out, your battery run out. Call in, from the interview start, him say more ask you a question. Miller,
I want never my coach Miller this.
I must. But yo, coach, me I tell you, say, yo, me get so many stick because you see Tiger, when I come to Tiger, him very smart. And remember when he might leave for go at the under 17 World Cup and him come to NSA players, the company say him have to choose if a football or him usually work
pharmaceutical place there.
Yeah,
and remember the name of the back now, but me know where.
Yeah, and them said him come to you and say it's hard. The company them say for choose either coaching because he might miss it so many morning time because of the national duty.
Yeah,
and he must say, all right, Miller. So me, I'm Miller from Florida. But coach, good evening, Miller. Welcome to the show. Miller, are you hearing me? Just a second, Miller. 1 second. Yeah, Miller, go ahead now. You hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
All right, go ahead now. Good evening. Good evening, Miller.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
I'm hearing you good. All right, coach. Big up, coach.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, coach. Yeah. I hear you touch on a few good topics, right? About the coaching system in Jamaica, right? It's poor. Are you currently in Jamaica now?
Yeah, man, I'm in Jamaica right now.
Okay. What are we doing to improve this? I know there's some efforts made, like a few months ago, Mr. Speed was talking and so forth, but what exactly are we doing to improve this?
All right, so the truth of the matter is that as far as I can say, we have a coaching school now led by Andrew Peart, and we're training a lot of coaches locally, yeah? and that is very good. I am hoping and looking forward to people actually getting more opportunities to study outside of Jamaica. I'm not talking about necessarily doing coaching courses, but also to tag along with a team, to observe a tournament, to watch a match or 2 matches for a club team. See how a club team in Costa Rica prepare for a game, for example. You know, different experiences and different exposures other than what we have in Jamaica. That's where I think we need to go with it.
Okay, I have a next question for you. Do you remember actually the guy you just talked about a while ago, Peart? What qualification does he have? What license does
I
he
think
have?
he has the CONCACAF A license pending, if I am correct. I'm not sure though. I think that's it there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Do you remember a few years ago, a long time though, when Big Sam was coaching at Bolton Wanderers, right?
Yeah.
And I remember Theodore Whitmore went up there for like a week, just
Carl Brown went
working
there for
alongside
about
Big
a
Sam.
month.
Carl Brown go up there for a
Yes.
year.
Yeah. Why don't the JFF try to do these things, with a couple local coaches, try to find, any coach in England who try to work with them, like we have, Paul
Well,
Hall there, right? Try and
it's
have a
a
look
good
at.
question, but it's directed to the wrong person, to be honest. I wish I could have answered that.
No,
For you.
I'm just saying to you, if if
No, I mean,
this is,
the
like,
idea is there. The idea is there. As I said before, Jermaine, tomorrow morning I could get a coach to go down to Costa Rica or Mexico or Honduras. Right? I can get a coach over to Sweden or Wales or Germany to stay with a team for a period of time. I could get them over to England. And I am just one person. There are other people who have the same
Network.
resources
Yes.
in the network. Right? We could get them in the USA.
Yeah.
But there are costs associated with it, and there are other aspects to it that is not just for me to say, all right, Ryan, I'm going to send you to such and such a place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you finished, Jeremy?
Okay. No, man, we have another question. If you have somebody else to come on, but it's a question me ask some serious question.
Me know you gotta ask a question, but me don't want to leave him batch it dead. More let him go before him.
Okay, batch it dead.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask him 2 more questions. Sir, so I was listening to a couple Caribbean coaches calling for a few of the program, them, right? And I listened to Mr. Steven and a couple coaches, they all talk. They all said that they thought that, that they know about football until they left and go to Europe or some other place. And see some things and then say, but man, after me no coach, man, this been going on for a long time in Jamaica, right? It was never addressed. Why it took so long for the country to finally realize that we are lagging, not just we Jamaica, the Caribbean on a whole was lagging behind everybody. What took so long to realize this?
Well, you ask some questions that I really can't answer. But what I share with you though, in 2012, I was in Brazil, and one morning we were not calendared to train. So I took the opportunity to go and watch one of the academy teams train. We were at Traffic Academy in Sao Paulo. And I thought I was being discreet and squeeze around one corner, go hide back a 2-3 and watch the training session. Later in the day now, I went to the cafeteria and one of the coaches spot me and called me. And I hesitated. And him said me hesitate and him said, no man, no. When I went, them invite me to sit at them table. 4 of them were seated. And him sent and called the other 3 that were absent. Right? So in total now it's 7 Brazilian coach and me alone sit down there. And one of them could speak very, very good English. 2 of them could speak partially. So the one who could speak English, I interpret. You know what him say? The head coach observed that I was watching the training session and him wanted to know what I thought about the session, what were my observations, etc. Brethren, I kid you not. Me shock out of this world, Because first of all, me come from Jamaica, me I say, me not supposed to have nothing to teach them big Brazilian man. Plus, man, we playing at the World Cup already. Right? You have one of the brethren playing at the 1982 World Cup. And me I say, So the man take out all them notebook now in a Virgin. Me start get all extra nervous. You know? I say, what is Virgin? Me tell you
Wow.
we talk for about 30 minutes.
Okay, so these guys are willing to learn from anybody.
Then watch out, man.
Even though they're not top, what are you?
Stick up in, Virgin. You know the man them say to me, say, the man them say, first of all, coach, we don't know everything. We don't have eyes to see everything. And
Damn. Wow.
Your position was an elevated position, which means that you would have seen the entire pitch. We were down on the pitch. We must miss things. See? When the man in my room, I go back to my room, me in a awe. I couldn't believe it. And even to this day, is something where I've me in a awe. Because if me turn up down at Arnett Garden for watch a training session, the first thing you start here, him come a spy. What he got job in a danger now.
Yes.
Watch. You understand what I say?
Yes.
Why? Learn something.
Just teach me something too.
Reasoning.
Carl, make him finish up the point. Yeah,
man.
We need to grow.
No, I was just saying that you teach me something too.
We need to appreciate, so we need to help each other to grow. Right? So
okay.
We have to invite a coach to come watch the session and be open in the criticism. Yeah, and we must feel free to invite a man to come watch our session. And you know, me and you just compete in our game. Ryan, how come you never score a goal? Or how come you score 3 goals? What you do? When we miss. You understand? What tactics that you employ when me never catch on to? And so we have to grow each other. Yeah, man.
But,
and I think Carl tell him, me I do an interview with Carl and I know him said to me, Jermaine and Andrew, he said to me, just like what you just said about the Brazilian coach. They don't have eyes for everything and they don't know everything. Carl Brown said, no coach in the world know everything.
No way.
Him say sometime him say he might try figure the thing and him say when him go read a book, he must say, him find the answer.
A real thing. Brother, Mr. Germany
talk about coach and sharing information. The man say, Carl Brown said to me, say, just talking to other coach help you solve the situation.
But brother, let me tell you something.
Instead of hiding information.
Yeah.
This when me start out coaching in the early 2000. I didn't even know what me did I do at the time. I guess it's just I just gotta direct the process. So when Titchfield played a match, every single game, win, lose, or draw, in the night, me honor the clock at Port Antonio. Under the clock. See? The people that will come watch the match, a cuss, a quarrel, a cheer, this, or that. I'm sit down, I'm listen. Right? Some things helpful, some things not helpful. Where helpful, you hold on to it. When not helpful, you discard that. Yeah? And that's what I go know, say, players to score goals. So that's why when a man get the ball, nobody else can get it. You get what I say? And that's what you go know, say, that player then all.
Coach, we're asking the final 2 questions then.
Great.
All right. Coach, we're asking the last 2 questions and we can answer them, comfortably. 2 things. I heard you mention the Manchester thing, right? And I lived in Manchester for years, right? Before I actually moved to Kingston. Football in most part of Manchester is weak, right? And I can tell you that, right? Except for certain part, weak. Okay, so when you mention, you know what I mean, that when they school them the good, that a certain school the good and then feel them the good, and then come out and go to some tougher zone, you have a point right there. This is something that needs to be addressed with the Manchester Parish Association of the school, right? The final thing that you ask for, you can answer to them afterwards. A player playing in a Manning Cup and in a D Cup. I played 4 seasons, right? Yeah. And I'm a star league, but he's actually 19 years old, right? And I'm a player against some 16 and 15 year old. How can we grade a player like that? A star in a Manning Cup, and I'm a player against kids. Yeah, in the program. I'm a fact. What's the highest age you can play Manning Cup? 19.
19.
Yeah, man, you can play. If you are 19, after September 1, you can play. All right.
So, okay. So how can you grade a player that's 19 years old, a player against 14 and 15 and 16-year-old? And that's my final two questions for you.
Hey, that's a very, very difficult one.
All right, big up Jeremy.
And in truth and in
Yeah,
fact,
man.
I have my own revolutionary thoughts about the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. Actually wrote a piece on that, I think about 3 or 4 years ago in the Observer, called Ideas on Restructuring Schoolboy Football. I think that's what it was called. You know, you can look it up. Jamaica Observer and Android Words, you will find the articles that I've written. But long and short of it though, I don't believe that if you're a player serious about football and you reach 18 years old, you should still be playing schoolboy football. I think it's a stultifying thing. I've said already, and I'll say again, right now, we have a player at Kingston College who I don't believe that he should remain in Jamaica and be playing schoolboy football at the end of the season, right? As a matter of fact, it is possible that he may leave. I hope he doesn't before the season, but if he has to, more power to him, because to me, him we are ahead of this. Yeah, and yeah, man. And when I coached the under-17 team, you know, I remember there were at least 3 players who had the opportunity to take scholarships, and they did not take it because they wanted to come back and play D Cup and Manning Cup. Mark, they have moved on and still playing professional football now. But I still believe that 2 years when them come back and play Manning Cup and D Cup, it was a regressive step in them development. Yeah, and you have to look at it, you know. Arsenal just play a youth at 15 years old in the English Premier League in a Virgin.
50.
Wayne Rooney play Premier League at 16. Cesc Fabregas at 16. Messi play Barcelona from him at 16.
16.
So, on earth, our very best. And when we say our very best, it means that them are national players. Them can play for a Premier League team. On earth, them should have still play schoolboy football. And as the Virgin said, them are play against 14 and 15-year-old. Yeah, so when we see all JC and Catherine and Diego, them are beat up on St. Mary's College. Casey are beat up on Arden and Meadowbrook. You can't take nothing too serious about that. It's joke, you know, but that's another story for another time.
Listen, me need to have you on back in because I have a whole heap of question for ask him. Write it down, but I will give you the time. But where this coaching school is at? Coach Riley asks it.
So the coaching school is not a physical school per se. It is a concept or construct. All right. That the coaching school is responsible for coach education and coach development in the country. They conduct courses right across the country. As a matter of fact, I got an email today for a D license course that CASAFA is going to be having December 3 to 18, I think. All right. So, you know, they have invited people who have no qualifications to apply. And then I guess they will have a limited number of spaces. They'll have to choose who they allow onto the coaching courses.
What level of coaching you have, coach? Because it seems like you're far than the whole of the Jamaican coach.
No, Rasta. No. Actually, me just get my CONCACAF B license a couple months ago.
No, man, coach, you're far than B, man. Just
no,
be.
Well, part of it is opportunity to do. Because remember, the CONCACAF licenses just come out.
Yeah.
So the first set of man them just get to do the A license. So me just reach a B license. But it's just unfortunate because when I did the studies in Germany, the level of the work that we did was actually a UEFA A license program. But unfortunately, we could not have received the UEFA A license because of the relationship that DFB, which is the German Football Association, have with the university that I studied at, which is the University of Leipzig. So in terms of knowledge base, yeah, may have the knowledge base there. In terms of qualification, not yet. Yeah.
But coach, all you get for go over so much where you spend your own money for your career, go over these program, here you go a whole heap of different country.
Yeah, man. I have gotten help along the way. So let's not appear as though I resource it all by myself.
Yeah.
When I went to do, I did a course in the United States in Kansas City many years ago. That was the first time I traveled outside of Jamaica to do a course. And I got some help from the Portland Cooperative Credit Union when I did that. When I
Yeah.
went to Germany, I got some help from the Sports Development Foundation. The JFF would have supported when I went to Brazil. I did a course in Antigua with Marcelo Lippi, and the JFF would have supported that as well. So I've gotten help along the way, but by and large, most of it has come from my own resourcing. You know, and at the end of the day, General, the truth is, a coaching course can't teach you all that I know now. You know, most of what I know now is not because of coaching courses, but more because of the books that I've bought, the DVDs. Yeah, big up my sister in Moyne Williams, who did spend her money and buy me some DVDs many years ago. YouTube right now, Facebook and Instagram, too much things out there for learn. Anybody who really want to learn, all them need to do is invest time. You know, the qualification is another matter, which is important. But it's like when me that learn to drive. The virgin teach me to drive. Him dead and gone now, still strong arms. Him not say, I know driver's license driving a virgin. You know,
True.
Yeah.
True.
Me get the final one in there now still, so the battery I go.
Yeah, but
cut off.
when we can expect to have you back, because my program is enough for build up the football and to teach.
We can do it again Sunday night same time, man. No, lie. Sunday no good. We could do Monday night.
Monday night, all right. Thanks, coach. Really appreciate it, and stuff, coach. I wish you all the best.
Give thanks and big up all of the people that tune in, you know.
Yeah, man. Miller, big up yourself. I let them say I have 100 questions still, but Miller as a man I always like questions still.
Yeah, man. Him can send them on personally, and we can respond to them to where possibly, you know.
Yeah, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Miller, send on the question him to me and me get them to coach. But coach,
yeah, man, you can send him the digits, no nothing.
Yeah, man. You see it? He's a man willing to learn and think, Virgin. But definitely because me I talk about one schoolboy thing. Anyway, Monday we talk about it. All right, coach?
Yeah, man. Let's build it up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right. No respect,
coach. So part 2 on Monday.
Part 2 on Monday, all right. You hear that 8 p.m. Jamaican time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So look out for it. All right. Coach Riley, you can leave whenever you're ready, yeah? Coach Riley, coach me at Excelsior, I'm win calls with me. Coach, wow, I need a story, man. Come on, man. I need a story, Bridget. You understand? I love for you come and come share your story. I know a whole heap of problem I give when I go Excelsior and thing, but I love is to come on the show and share your story. You understand? Icon. Big up yourself, coach. You know, remember them nice them look at thing them and them look at roots there, roots after chaining and all of them thing, them look at pepper, roots and thing. Whole heap of thing it go out with now. Whole heap of damage it create the coach. Big up yourself still. You know what I mean? Miller, big up yourself, man. Anyway, people, I'm gonna run leave on us on Monday, part 2. Look out for it. Alright? Coach, I'm gonna message you, man. You need to send me a picture, you need to send me a graphic, I'm gonna put it together. You know, he has a coach that play a major role in my career. Actually, everything what me right now, me I learn right now. Excelsior, I'm go and learn it. Not down a Jungle, not down a Rima, not down a Boystone. Excelsior, one of the best institutions in the world. You understand? And especially in Jamaica. We have the infant, we have the primary, we have the high school, we have the college, we have everything. Don't play with it. But anyway, people, big up on yourself. Monday, people. Monday at 8 p.m. Jamaican time, 9 p.m. Jamaican time. We're going to discuss some more with the coach. All right? Anyway, big up to all of the people down in the comment section. Anyway, old people, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm out. That's the 3rd video I give you guys from the day. But anyway, big up on yourself, people. Don't forget to check out the merchandise, people. That's the best way to support the channel. The link pin in the description. Everything down in the description. Peace out. Reggae Boyz fans, don't forget to check out the merchandise. Follow the movements. Support the movements. Purchase the merchandise. Reggae Boyz Nation. We have the hat. We have the cups. Check it out. We have a lot of different merchandise in the store. Show your boy Ryan LFC some love and support. Buy the merchandise. Let me know, what do you guys think about the merchandise? Would you guys purchase one of the merchandise? I would really appreciate it. It help the channel grow, and it help the channel put back some money in the channel to buy equipment. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like,